It was with enormous sadness that we learn today that Rutger Hauer has passed away at the age of 75. The Dutch actor and philanthropist was a mainstay in Dutch film and television since the 1970s, before moving to American productions in the 1980s and blowing audiences away with brilliant performances in action, sci-fi, fantasy, drama and horror films. I grew up with Rutger Hauer's movies, watching Blade Runner and Lady Hawk and Blind Fury repeatedly on television. To me he was as iconic a movie star as Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone. His persona wasn't steely or superficial. He was always thoughtful, playful, and full of hidden depths. His characters were rarely banal tough guys or two-dimension villains, they were tragic figures whose violence was rarely, if ever, to be celebrated. In short, although he spent most of his career with roles in genre films, and many of them so-called B-movies, he was always an actor first and foremost. He elevated every project just by showing up and giving one hell of a performance. And as I look back on Hauer's career, with an emphasis on his horror/action/sci-fi filmography, I'm struck by just how consistent he was. You could rely on a Rutger Hauer movie. It was almost always worth watching. Younger generations probably know Rutger Hauer best from his fine supporting roles in films like Batman Begins and Sin City, but we're focusing today on the films where he gave standout performances. These films were great specifically because Rutger Hauer was a part of the production, whether he was the star, the villain, or just a scene-stealing maniac. Rest in peace, Rutger Hauer. Your memories won't be lost. 14. Surviving the Game, 1994. Rutger Hauer leads a team of rich psychopaths who lure a homeless man, played by Ice-T, into the forest and hunt him for sport. Surviving the Game doesn't add many new dimensions to the most dangerous game genre, but with a dynamite cast, which also includes Gary Busey, Charles S. Dutton, John C. McGinley and Oscar winner F. Murray Abraham, and satisfying, action-packed direction by Ernest R. Dickerson, Demon Knight, it's an excellent B-movie thriller, anchored by a great villainous performance from Hauer. 13. Split Second, 1992. The year is 2008 and global warming has flooded London, where burned-out tough guy cop Harley Stone, Hauer, tracks a serial killer who, it turns out, is a giant monster. Kim Cattrall, Neil Duncan and Pete Postlethwaite co-star in an inventive, strange sci-fi thriller that's full of weird influences and unexpected plot twists.